I love a good sleeper car, one that looks like it's just been lowered, has some wheels on it, and that's exactly what this one looks like. But it's far from that. This is a fully built driver car, making over 600 horsepower to the tires with a nice Whipple supercharger. This is gonna be a fun one today, so let's jump in. Hey guys, this is Mike and it's 55 Chevy and we're about to dig in and see what this thing's up to. Was it this clean when you got the car?
No, it was actually all pretty much stock. An old, I think a 265 motor from the original. And then we got rid of that real quick and put a regular small block in it.
Yeah.
Then everybody started talking me into doing LS,
So you went LS?
Then we went LS.
Let's see it, man. Let's pop it open. Oh, so not just LS, but you also supercharged it.
Yeah, we supercharged it. The motor's a CBM, that's a 3.3 LS stroker motor. CBM built the motor and then had decent amount of power, but I wanted to go a little more, so we added the Whipple.
Shit, so what kind of power do you make with this thing?
I took it to a guy in Huntington Beach, Powertrain Dynamics, and we put it on the dyno. We put some pretty decent numbers down, but it was spinning. The tires were still spinning on the dyno, so I think we got up to about 608 is what I have on the sheet to the tires, so
that's still pretty hefty power, dude.
Absolutely, yeah, especially without any more. I mean, you got to have the tire, so it spins the tires. You could have a lot more, but you're just spinning and you're not winning. So.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. What do you go to transmission and rear end on it?
I went through Bowtie Overdrive, built this tranny. It's a 4L80E. We did those billet inserts and stuff on the transmission, and then we added a cooler for the tranny, which is in the back.
Smart. Yeah. Super simple, clean, you know, it's nice, and obviously you got plenty of cooling up front here.
Yeah, Matson radiator and you know, the intercooler.
How long have you had the car done like it is now?
Probably about 5 years. 5 years.
Probably got some miles on, everything's all the shakedown. It's a driver.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, we added the Hydro Boost steering, that helped a lot with the brake system, so.
So you have power steering and then you're also getting a powered brake.
Hydro Boost, it helps with the steering and the brakes.
Do you run Willwood around the whole car for brakes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Earl Williams did the 4-link a long time ago, in 2015, I think. So he's an old school Tri-5 guy and he builds nice rear end, so he did the back half.
I mean, overall the car, really, it looks like it's lowered with wheels, you know, if you're not paying attention.
Absolutely.
Was this the original color of it?
Yes, the original color, yes.
But you painted it since you had it?
Yeah, repainted it.
Yeah, it's really pretty though, dude. It's really just very simple, class looking car.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, definitely fun.
So you're still original frame?
Yeah, original frame. We just did the tubular suspension in the front, little stuff, you know. Like I said, the main part was the rear end that was done right by Earl Williams, 9-inch rear end.
Of course.
Yeah.
So all the right stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you like to drive it, you can tell.
Yeah. Right? Oh, yeah.
I heard that you like to do smoky burnouts.
Kind of. Yeah, no trailer queen here. So
yeah, man.
We drive them.
What are your wheel tire sizes on here?
18s all the way around. I think the rear tires are 325s in the back. They're kind of like a little bit of a cheater slick, so it helps out a little bit, but the wheels are only about 10.5. I have a little bit more to go because I mini tubbed the back, but I haven't replaced the wheels yet because I was going to buy a new set of wheels. Yeah.
Does your exhaust, do you run all the way out to the back with this?
Yeah, I did originally, and I had to cut it short because I had an issue with my shock and my 4-link was off. I readjusted the 4-link and I changed that one shock that broke. So I have to redo my exhaust again. I'll run it all the way to the back.
So right now you're dumping
right now
front.
Just dumping it back. Yeah, right, a little bit past the mufflers. But I got those side end mufflers in the front, so it's not too loud.
Let's check out your interior. Boy, you really did keep it looking full OG in here, didn't you?
Yeah, all original.
This is all original, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
Man, I mean, you sit in here and you're like, oh yeah, I'm in an old Drive-5, huh?
Yeah, I kept it.
Did you redo it all though?
Yeah, I redid the interior, you know, back in probably 2000, around the time of the paint job. So this is the original seat, kind of the original fabric as well.
Yeah.
Same thing with the door panels. The guy in Westminster Upholstery did it. Pete redid the headliner. I had to just recently did that because when I ended up mini tubbing it, a little bit of smoke got in and it kind of colored it a little. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Boy, it's clean though.
Yeah.
But that's a replacement gauge.
Yeah, it's actually, that's got the digital gauge, still the original look.
Yeah, totally.
That's
obviously
the tack.
that,
The tack that helps with the RPMs.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I got the that stereo's the vintage kind of stereo, but it's also Bluetooth.
So it looks original.
Looks
but it's
original.
All Bluetooth.
Yeah. Fits into the same spot.
Wow, dude, I'm
next.
looking forward to going for a cruise in this thing. I mean, it's so funny how this car almost looks. You know what I mean? If you parked it right next to an original,
absolutely,
they look pretty damn close. But knowing that you're a little over 600 at the tire, I know this thing's a blast.
Yes, absolutely, it's fun.
Look at his smile.
Yeah.
Brad, let's go drive it, dude.
All right.
Oh, you really hear the whistle of the blower, don't you?
Yeah, and we could put a smaller pulley to boost it more and all, but nah, I want it dependable too. I drove it all over to San Diego. I drive it every,
That's great. Making a little over 600 to the tire.
Yeah, 608. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you really need more power?
No,
I don't know. To me, that's great. That's enough.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could spin tires. You could smoke a lot of other cars.
Yeah, it probably has more, to be honest.
Sure.
My buddy said, said he could probably get the whole thing under 1,000 horsepower.
Jeez.
So it'll probably have like over 800 to the tires. But it's only got like 9 pounds of boost,
Yeah, so you got reliability, drivability.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, this is a driver car. This is like,
yeah,
you can just tell. And the suspension, just the little bit I'm driving.
Yeah,
because I've driven original 57s before.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's, you know what I mean, dude.
Yeah. I got a little bit of stuff I need to work on this, fix it, like the pockets where the 4-link goes. They're a little close, so sometimes if I hit a dip too hard, it may bottom out.
Get a little scrape.
Just a little, on the top and on the floor, so I got to cut pockets.
Yeah. This thing drives great.
Yeah.
So you said you have other cars too, huh?
Yeah, I got a 64 Malibu SS, 65 Malibu SS, 62 Impala SS ragtop, and a 66 Nova SS, a 65 C10 short bed.
Jeez, dude, you got a lot of cars.
Yeah. I have 4 kids, so my dream is to get them all. When my daughter's 16, so I'm building a 66 Nova for her.
Nice.
Yeah, I want her to go out and learn how to burn rubber.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things always is guys like you that have built your own business.
Yeah, came from the bottom.
Having success with it. But yeah, it's like I think a lot of the people that watch, oftentimes they hear a guy like you talking about owning multiple cars. I think their question is, wow, what the hell does that guy do for a living? And you've built a concrete asphalt business into a success. I mean, what'd you say? You have like 18 employees?
Yeah, 18 employees, yeah.
Bro, how long have you had your company for?
I started in 2008 of my own. 2007, I bought a tractor. I was smaller.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Well, your car really drives nicely, man.
Yeah, not too bad, yeah. Eventually, I want to take off this chassis and get a roadster shop or a Art Morrison eventually, yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to tell you, I'm no knock on Art Morrison because I know they make a great product, as do some other companies.
Yeah.
I've in recent years, I've become a pretty hardcore roadster shop guy.
Yeah.
Not just because they work, because they do. They're great.
Easy.
But the other thing, they've done such a great job at building their brand.
Yeah. And you don't know if this twisted my frame already. Who knows? I don't think so, but
It's possible.
It's possible. We would never really know.
Making that kind of power, definitely possible, you know? God, this thing's really nice to drive, dude. I mean, I know you're used to it. You've been driving it for a number of years now, but there's always that first moment of driving a car, and like your brakes are awesome. The steering works great. The suspension, like I feel it when we hit bumps, but it's not. We're not swimming all over the damn road. Correct. And I can tell just from the teeny little bit I've put my foot in it. I know when you drive it, we're gonna feel a whole different car show up.
My fenders rub a little on that backside. The tires, because they're so big.
It's a big ass car, man.
Yeah.
But it's comfortable as hell. Like it cracks me up sitting on the old bench seat. You know, it's
the old pattern.
Yeah, dude. There's so much nostalgia to this car. Yeah, dude. No wonder you get in this thing and friggin' drive it to San Diego, man.
Yeah.
I miss, there's elements of this era of design, like, you know, you're driving and looking at the hood ornament.
Yeah.
That stuff doesn't exist anymore.
No.
You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, all I can think is corporations started going, well, we can save $5 per car if we don't put that on there anymore. And they start cutting out these beautiful design elements, you know? But yeah, what a nice driving car, bro. Boy, the other thing is, exactly like you said, the exhaust on it, when you're just cruising, it's quiet, but then you start to put your foot in it, it wakes up.
Yeah, you don't need an exhaust that's a loud one, because when you get on it, it's loud.
Yeah, it wakes up a lot. Yeah. I mean, you can tell it's not like hardcore pro touring car going through the turns. You want to, you're not going to go autocross this car.
No.
But cruising it and doing burnouts, hell yeah. So it feel all right from the passenger seat?
Oh yeah, really good.
You guys, Mike told me as we got in the car, it's his first time in the passenger seat.
Yep, feels nice.
Shit, dude. I knew it was gonna hit hard, brother.
Yeah.
Damn. Woo. Yeah. All right. Shit.
That's how you fucking do it. That's how you do it right there.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, dude. I'm trying to talk straight right now and I can't make sense of anything with goddamn.
Yeah.
Car fucking hits hard, bro.
Oh yeah. She does.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. This is awesome.
My tires are kind of, they're not sticky right now.
That's all right, dude. That's good. Trust me.
Man, it's just got so much power. It's just, even from right now, I can smoke the tires at this speed.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell this thing, it boogies, man. It's very unassuming when you look at this car that it does that much, you know?
Yeah.
That is a totally unassuming car. Literally looks like just a basic, simple car that's been lowered and has wheels, but obviously it's much more than that. That car boogies. It definitely gets down. Had a blast shooting with Mike today, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for hanging. Later.